Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the next experiment to perform double sideband amplitude modulation generation. So that means we need to generate amplitude modulation, that is double sideband amplitude modulation. So regarding this particular experiment, we are using the apparatus in the form of kit we are using, and if you are observing in the screen, the kit is Scientech kit we are using DSB oblique SSB AM, that is double sideband oblique single sideband amplitude modulation transmitter trainer kit. Its number is ST2201. Now here, if you are observing what are the different blocks are available, okay, this is audio oscillator, it is available, okay. At the same time, if you are observing, this is the audio amplifier, it is available, okay. Here we are using the 455 kilohertz oscillator. If you are observing, this one is the balance modulator, okay, this is the balance modulator, and nearby balance modulator we are using in this particular kit setup is ceramic band pass filter, okay, and balance modulator and band pass filter circuit 2 we are using here, okay. So this is our audio oscillator, this is our first input, okay. If you are observing, this is our first input audio oscillator. With the in this particular point we can collect the input signal in the form of sine wave, okay. Obviously it's a audio signal. Next, through audio amplifier, okay, it is available, okay, and we can use this particular pin number, point number 6 we are using for carrier signal, which is associated with the oscillator, at the same time balance modulator, okay. And then modulated output we can observe from here, okay. You can observe here the modulated output we can take from this particular point, okay. And now you can observe here, this is a particular, if you are observing, okay, we can use this particular kit as a wireless transmitter also. You can observe here, this is a wireless transmitter antenna, okay, and with the help of this particular antenna, you can observe here we can use through wireless. At the same time, here it is pin also available for the through cable also you can transmit the signal, okay. So here we can observe what type of signal we need to transmit, that also we can observe here. So before start this particular experiment, we should know what is the exact blocks are available for this particular setup, okay. So now you can observe in the screen, we required first, as I told, we required first audio oscillator. With the help of audio oscillator we can generate our information signal. Next we required the carrier generator. With the help of carrier generator we need required to generate the carrier signal. And here you can observe the modulator, okay. So modulator is the combination of both information signal as well as carrier signal, okay. Next, this is a modulator output, okay, that is amplitude modulation output we can provide to the output amplifier, and through output amplifier we can provide the antenna so that it can be transmit the amplified output signal, okay. So this is the basic block diagram for the double sideband transmitter, double sideband amplitude modulation transmitter, okay. Now we can all the input signals with the help of CRO. You can observe here, here it is available CRO. We can use the single channel, okay, and with the help of this particular, you can already know about the very good working function about this is a time per division, time period we can set with the help of this here, okay. And this is the channel 1 volt per division. With the help of this we can check the, or we can control this particular setup, okay. Now come to this particular, first we will connect the connection, we will take one cable connection, and from here we will connected the positive and negative, okay. So negative we can provide in this particular kit, that is 0 volt, okay. So that is our ground, so we can connect this particular black cable. And now we will check one by one, first input signal, okay, and then we will check input signal in the form of information signal and then carrier signal, okay. Then we will observe the amplitude modulation output, and then that amplified modulation output signal we will need to transmit, okay. So before that, first we should know what is mean by double sideband amplitude modulation or double sideband DSB AM modulation. Double sideband DSB is one of the easiest modulation technique to understand. So it is a good starting point for the study of modulation. Fine. Here you can observe a type of DSB or type of double sideband we can call binary phase shift keying. It is usually used for the digital telemetry. At the same time, if you are observing the amplitude modulation output or output of modulator, that is amplitude modulation which is similar to DSB but has the advantage of permitting a simpler demodulator, that is the envelope detector. Now here we know already what are the different applications of AM amplitude modulation. So application of AM amplitude modulation, we can say it is used for broadcast radio. Next is aviation radio. Next one is the citizen band, that is we can tell like it's a CB, okay. And the important use for this AM is shortwave broadcasting, okay. So with the help of this particular amplitude modulation application, we can use to transmit the signal in the form of audio or in the form of through signals like in analog signals, okay. Fine. So now one question in our mind will come, like why we are called as a double sideband? Because what happened, the signal content, okay, signal which I am telling like a frequency content, okay, the signal content that lies in the frequency domain which below the center frequency we can consider as a lower sideband. Okay, once again I will repeat this statement. The signal content that lies in the frequency domain which is below center frequency f suffix c is the lower sideband, we can consider as a lower sideband. At the same time, if the signal content that lies in the frequency domain above center frequency is the upper sideband. So this is the origin for the term of double sideband. Okay, so the double sideband, it is the combination of both a lower sideband as well as the upper sideband. Okay, so this is the basic function of, or how we can tell like it's a like lower sideband or upper sideband. I will show you one graph. It will be easy to understand. Here you can observe, this is the in x-axis it is observe the frequency, and y-axis it shows the amplitude. Now you can observe this is carrier, that is 1 megahertz. Okay, so this is the center frequency. Okay, understood? This is the center frequency, that is 1 megahertz carrier, that is f suffix c. Now in this right side, if you are observing, this is the upper sideband. Okay, so this frequency is the upper sideband. That means what you can observe here, the content which is beyond the center frequency consider as a upper sideband. So its frequency obviously it's from the center frequency. Now you can observe the lower sideband frequency. In the lower sideband frequency, the content the content of signal which is available less than the center frequency fc, okay, which will consider as a lower sideband. So this is the major variations, in particular both lower sideband and upper sideband. So this is the exact origin, especially for this particular double sideband amplitude modulation generation. Okay, so hope everyone understood this particular concept of double sideband modulator amplitude modulation. Fine. Next you can observe one by one we will check the double sideband amplitude modulation generation part. Okay, so here first I will connect the input signal. Okay, so input signal we will collect from the audio oscillator. So I will connect here pin number 14. You can observe here pin number is 14. Okay, so in this particular pin number 14 I will keep the positive part of this particular cable. Okay, now you can see in this particular screen, okay, CRO screen, okay, it is available. It will already shows, you can observe here this particular section. If you are observing, okay, we need to first check the input signal from the audio oscillator. So input signal, okay, this is our input signal, and I will just verify its amplitude first. Okay, so total amplitude, if you are observing, okay, we will check here. So 2.2 into 1 volt. Okay, 2.2, this is the total amplitude. Okay, so total amplitude, obviously everyone know how we can calculate this particular bracket. We can consider as 1, 2. So it approximate 2.2 into volt per division, that is 1. Okay, this is our input signal from the audio. So that particular input signal I have written here also. You can observe from this particular table also. So this is the input signal from the audio oscillator. So amplitude equal to 2.2 into 1 volt per division. Okay, so amplitude equal to 2.2. Likewise, we need to check the time per division also. So time per division, if you are observing, here it is mentioned 0.6 into, now you can observe, now we need to check whether we can kept into center. Now one complete cycle, this is a 0.6. Okay, so 0.1 complete cycle from the origin, it is, you can observe here, one complete cycle into time per division. So 0.6 into 0.5 we have to be kept here, 0.5. You can observe this is our time per division, 0.5. Okay, so 0.6 into 5, that is millisecond. It is shows the unit is millisecond. Okay, so this is the time. So we can observe time equal to 0.30 millisecond. Now we need to check the carrier signal. Again, I will connect this particular positive out of this particular cable in pin number 6, okay, which is associated with this oscillator. Okay, that oscillator is 455 kilohertz oscillator as well as the balance modulator. So here, if you connect the positive of this particular cable, we will get the carrier signal. So how we can get the carrier signal? That carrier signal amplitude as well as the time period we need to check. Okay, so first amplitude we need to set. So amplitude we will keep into, now you can, this is the carrier signal. Okay, if you are observing, if we the time period is increased, okay, this particular carrier signal frequency is obviously higher compared to our information signal. So if we want to calculate this particular time period of this particular carrier signal, we need to rechange the time per division, then only it is possible. So now the amplitude of this particular carrier signal is, now we have to be set first. Okay, now you can observe here 1, 2, 2.6. It is also approximate 2.6 it will come. Okay, so 2.6 into volt per division, that is 0.2. Okay, you can observe here 2.6 peak to peak amplitude, 2.6 into 0.2, that is 0.52 volt per division. Okay, now at the same time we need to check the time signal of time. Okay, so time we need to check, again we need to put into the center, then it will be easy. One complete cycle we need to check. Okay, we have to be kept into the 2 microseconds. Okay, so yeah, now you can check. Okay, it will be easy to calculate the time period. So one complete cycle from the origin. Okay, you can observe here 1. So 1 into time per division is 2. Okay, 2 microseconds. Okay, 1 into 2 microseconds. So now you can observe here, this is our carrier signal. Carrier signal frequency is obviously higher compared to information signal. So amplitude is 2.6 into 0.2 volts per division, and time is 1 into 2 microseconds. So total time period is 2 microseconds. Okay, understood. Now we need to check whether this particular output of amplitude modulation generation, whether we will get or not. So here we will connect the pin number or point number 11. Okay, this is associated with the balance modulator band pass filter circuit. Okay, at the same time it is associated with the balance modulator band pass filter circuit 2. Okay, so I will connect this into the amplitude pin number 11. Okay, you can observe here. Now come to this particular screen of the CRO. Okay, now here we need to check first amplitude modulation. Okay, so just a moment. Here I will yeah, fine. First we have to be stop this particular wave. Okay, with the help of this. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting the amplitude modulation for the with the help of double sideband amplitude modulation transmitter. So now if you are observing the double sideband amplitude modulation, now first we need to check the total peak to peak amplitude, that is Vmax. Okay, if you are observing Vmax, we need to stop this particular screen, then only we can take the video, we can take the values. Yeah, now you can check, this is our peak to peak, that is Vmax. Okay, so Vmax, it is come 2.6 volt. Okay, if you are observing, this is our Vmax. Okay, and this Vmax is 1, 2, and approximate 2.6. So 2.6 into 0.5 volt per division. You can observe here, that is our total amplitude Vmax, that is 2.6 into 0.5 volt per division. That is our total amplitude. Okay, so Vmax equal to 1.3 volt. Okay, observe it, 1.3 volt. And now V minimum. Okay, if you are observing the V minimum, that means, just a moment. Yeah, now you can check. Yeah, so V minimum you can observe here from 1.6. Okay, approximately it will come 1.6 only V minimum. Fine. So V minimum 1.6 into 0.5 volt. So V minimum is 1.6 into 0.5, that is 0.8 volt. That is V minimum. Now you can come, we can observe in this readings also. So modulated output Vmax amplitude equal to 2.6 into 0.5 volt per division. That is peak to peak Vmax equal to 1.3 volt. Likewise V minimum, okay, total amplitude equal to 1.6 into 0.5 volt. Okay, so V minimum, that is 0.8 volt. Okay, you can see in this particular screen also, it is available. Like if you are observing, this is the V total amplitude, V max peak to peak, and V minimum, that is peak to peak. Okay, V minimum, and at the same time V max peak to peak. So now this is our DSB amplitude modulation generation. Now what happened, whether in next experiment we will observe whether these particular transmitter part we can transmit with the help of receiver kit also. Okay, so now you can observe here, whatever signal we are going to transmit, that particular signal we can provide the woofer. Okay, so in the now you can listen one sound. Okay, here we can use the one audio external speaker. This is if you kept this particular button in on, it will the speaker will be start the on. Okay, so these particular signal we need to transmit with the help of either wireless, okay, with this particular antenna, or we can use this particular cable also. Okay, so this is our experiment, like double sideband amplitude modulation generation we need to perform. Okay, so this is our concept. Okay, and at the same time okay, so with the help of this double sideband amplitude modulation transmission, okay, which through this particular experiment we studied successfully. Okay.